Hi again, Noah and Stephanie here. We are registered dietitians with the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. People who eat a plant-based diet often get a lot of questions about nutrients like protein and iron, and today we're going to walk through many of them and explain how plants can give you everything you need.
Let's start with protein. Although people often think protein is coming from meat or eggs, plants have plenty of it too. There's a lot of protein in beans, grains, and vegetables. A large baked potato is often thought of having a lot of carbohydrate, and it does, but it also has 8 grams of protein, which is more than you find in a large egg. A single serving of oatmeal gives you over 5 grams of protein, which is about the same as an egg. Even fruit has 1 to 2 grams of protein per portion. An adult needs roughly 50 grams of protein per day, and plants deliver it and then some. Let me show you. Let's go through one day of meals. For breakfast, oatmeal with cinnamon and raisins, coffee with some soy milk and a banana, that's roughly 17 grams. For lunch, let's say you have a bean burrito and some steamed broccoli. That's about 20 grams. For dinner, how about we have some whole wheat pasta marinara, minestrone soup, and whole wheat bread on the side? That's 30 grams of protein. Your total protein for the day is 67 grams. This day of food provides more than enough protein for most people. But for whatever reason, if you want to boost your protein intake, just think beans, peas, and soy products, because they're loaded with it. Quinoa and other whole grains deliver extra protein too. But the bottom line is, a varied diet of plant-based foods easily gives you the protein you need.
Next, we're going to talk about vitamin B12, which is important for healthy nerves and healthy blood. A B12 supplement is actually recommended for all adults over 50 years old, no matter what diet they're on, because our ability to absorb it from food decreases with age. On a vegan diet, which is the diet we recommend, a supplement is always required. The recommended dietary allowance for adults for B12 is just 2.4 micrograms each day. Typically, a multivitamin will contain B12, which is fine, but you'll also find supplements of B12 alone, which are great. Pick up the smallest dose supplement you can find at the store. It might be anywhere between 100 to 500 micrograms, and take that every day. If you can only find a bigger dose, like 1,000 micrograms, that's fine too, just maybe take it every other day.
Next up is iron. Iron is needed for many functions in the body, one of which is transporting oxygen in your blood. Iron in plants is called non-heme iron, and it has a big advantage. It is more absorbable when your body needs more, and less absorbable when you have plenty in your body already. And that's great because getting too much iron can be harmful to the heart and to your brain. Meat contains some non-heme iron, but it also has what is called heme iron, and your body cannot regulate it effectively. Even if you have plenty of iron on board already, heme iron just barges into your bloodstream, increasing the risk of getting too much. Good sources of iron include greens, beans, and whole grains. And if you want to increase the absorption of iron, just eat iron-rich foods along with vitamin C-rich foods. For example, try a green salad with strawberries, or a bean burrito with red and yellow bell peppers. There are some rare circumstances where supplements are needed, but never take an iron supplement without talking to your healthcare provider about it first.
Calcium is needed for strong bones and muscles. The recommended daily allowance is about 1,000 milligrams per day for adults, and a little bit more as we get older. However, some research has shown that there's no real benefit to getting more than 700 milligrams per day. For calcium, remember beans and greens, just like iron. These are the best sources of calcium on a plant-based diet. You can also get it from fortified foods like cereals and orange juice. Here are some examples. Let's take a look at tofu. The numbers will vary depending on the brand, but some can give you nearly half of what you need for the day in a single serving. Cooked collard greens are also super high in calcium. In fact, most greens have highly absorbable calcium. However, there are a couple of exceptions. Spinach and Swiss chard are in parentheses because their calcium is not very absorbable. They're still great foods, just not the best for sourcing your calcium. But for the other greens, calcium absorption is high.
Iodine is important for thyroid health. 150 micrograms a day is the recommended daily amount, and getting too much can be harmful. Most people get iodine from iodized salt. It is a good source, but be sure to look at labels because not all salt is iodized. Sea salt, kosher salt, and Himalayan salt do not contain iodine. Unless you see it on the label, it has not been added. Iodine actually comes from the ocean, so the best sources are sea vegetables or seaweed. The nori used to wrap a cucumber sushi roll or the wakame in a bowl of miso soup are great sources. There are also iodine supplements, and for people who are not getting enough iodine from foods, doctors sometimes recommend taking 150 micrograms of iodine daily.
Vitamin D helps with calcium absorption and hormone function. Now, the most natural way to get vitamin D is by exposing your skin to the sun. Just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight on your skin in the middle of the day is really about all you need, although everyone is a bit different. Things like skin pigmentation and whether we use sunscreen are factors to consider. If you're not in the sun regularly, fortified foods are another good way to get vitamin D. Plant-based milks, orange juice, and cereal are all fortified with the vitamin. Check with your doctors to see if taking a vitamin D supplement is appropriate for you.
Omega-3 fats help with the heart, lungs, immune system, and hormones. These fats are the building blocks for anti-inflammatory compounds in your body. Omega-3s are found in chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. Just 1 tablespoon of chia, ground flaxseed, or walnuts can give you enough, or even more than enough in a day. You could add these to your oatmeal, a salad, or a smoothie. There are also smaller amounts in edamame, kidney beans, and in leafy greens. Surprisingly, greens are a great source. They do not have a lot of fat overall, but the traces of fat they do have are proportionally high in omega-3s, and you really just need a small amount to be healthy.
That covers the key nutrients we wanted to talk to you about today. I hope you found this information helpful. See you next time.